All right, welcome back to lesson number 3. Today we're going to talk about if-else statements. I'm really excited for this lesson, and with each lesson that we do, our programs are going to get fancier and smarter, and we're going to be able to do more things. And if-else statements are going to open up a lot of doors for us with our software. So our objectives today, thank you to those that have emailed me their triangle or fractions programs. If you're able to email that to me, I'm able to give you some good feedback on how everything is going. And one simple objective today, but it's a powerful one. We're going to allow the program to make decisions with if-else structures. So moving forward, there is a review video here. This shows you the answers that I came up with for both fractions and triangle, depending on the option you chose. Or if you only did one of the two and you want to go back and practice more, you can do the other one. And it's pretty much just playing off of what we did from lesson 2, which was the area program. And so that example there for a lesson 2 review of the homework is right there at the link. Okay, so moving on with if-else statements. If-else statements are formulated based on something called a condition. And basically a condition allows an event to happen. And one of the best examples I can give you is sort of a real-life example that if you do this, then something happens. Cause and effect. So for example, sometimes we make deals with our parents. I remember growing up that I was always the same way, and if I clean my room, I get to go for ice cream. It'd be nice if that was always the case, but maybe once in a blue moon. If we clean our room, we get to go for ice cream, else we must stay home and do chores. So that sounds like a pretty motivating statement there that would cause us to clean our room so that we could go get ice cream. So the condition is to clean our room. That's the condition. If that doesn't happen, we don't get to go for ice cream. And so we have two options here. Clean the room or not clean the room. Cause and effect. And something will happen. And notice what I did was I put the statement in bold because that pretty much mirrors what a computer program would do. If this happens, else this happens. And so that's what we're going to really talk about today. It's a perfect example of an if-else statement in Java. And basically we're going to be giving options and choices. And in the next lesson, this is going to transpire to where the user of a program that we're developing has now options to choose different events that they want to take place in the code. So that's a condition. Here's an example. So let's say we have two variables, integer a equal to 5 and integer b equal to 5. If a equals b, and notice the double equals here, that's not a mistake. That's a special way to write a check on if two variables are the same thing. We have to use double equals. If a double equals b, then we're going to print out a and b have the same value. Else, we're going to print a and b do not have the same value. So this could be some example code that would be embedded into your program. A couple of things to pay attention to here. The condition is right here. A double equals b. It's always going to be in parentheses. We have to surround our condition in parentheses. The other thing we have to do is open and close our statements, our if and else statements, with these braces. And so we could put a bunch of different lines of code in between the braces. Those are the things that would happen if the condition is true in a equals b. If the condition is false, then we run the else statement. Else a and b do not have the same value. And again, we have to enclose everything in those brackets. That's just a little bit of a syntax practice and something that you'll get good at with experience as you write your code. So when we're comparing items together, we can use all these different what we call relational operators with our condition. And double equals is not a mistake. It compares items to check if they are the same. So basically we have the less than symbol, we have the greater than symbol, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Those are all pretty self-explanatory. Equal to is the double equals, and then not equal to is the exclamation point. I think in math class you write the equal sign with a slash through it, but you can't do that on the computer, so we have the exclamation point to represent not. We're going to use a couple of these in today's practice program. So you're here to code, so let's get to it. Quicker the better. We're going to make our first little game today, and this is going to be the guessing game program. And what I want you to do in Eclipse, and you'll watch me do it as well, we're going to create a class called Guessing Game. And the purpose of this class will be to demo an example of how the if-else statement works. And what I'll do is I'll populate the video right here for you, and you can click on that video to watch the whole lesson that we just had and to work on this guessing game. Again, I like to just delete my comments here because we don't need them. So, we're going to do a simple guessing game where we pick a number and we see if it's a match. And you could make the game as complicated or as easy as you want. So you can end up changing the data, and I'll show you how you can change it and have some fun with these examples. You don't have to just code them the exact way that I have. You can have some fun, get creative, and do your own thing. So we have user input. So we have to import the scanner. Alright, so within our main method we are going to do our scanner input, and we're going to declare a couple of variables. Let's make a secret number. And what I want you to do is think of a secret number, and you can have your parents or your friends play this game, and they can see if in the code if they can guess your secret number. So we're going to make a game where you have to guess a number between, let's say 1 and 20. So I'm going to pick the number 12. You can pick any number that you want. And we have to declare a number guess variable. That's going to be the one that the user tries to choose as the guess. So we're going to make a little game here. Put some text so we have some instructions. Alright, so there we go. Now it's maybe good to leave a space here. We can now we can do our user instruction. So what we're going to do is that we're going to ask the user to pick a number between 1 and 20. And we're going to match that up with the number guess. So let's see, let's give some feedback on our number. So we can either be correct, we can be too high, or we can be too low. So we're going to do that with an if statement. Let's say if number guess is less than secret number, you can change the text in there that you would like. We'll do else if guess is greater than secret number. say too high. Now if it's equal, I gotta be out of the brackets there. So there's our options: too low, too high, or we guessed it correctly. And so what we can do then is we can play this game, and you want to make sure that you close everything off there. So let's go through the whole program real quick, and then we'll try it out. So we ask for the import here so that we can get user input. We set up our variables. The key here is we're looking for a guess, and we're going to match it with a secret number. You can change this as many times as you want. Let's greet the user, have them pick a number between 1 and 20, and then we go into our if-else statement. If the guess is less than our secret number, which we have is 12, it's too low. If it's greater than secret number, it's too high. Otherwise, that means it's equal, and we can say congrats, we guessed it. Or you could say else if number guess is equal to secret number, and congrats, you guessed it. So what you can do then is you can have your family and friends play this, but you can't let them see your code because your code has your secret number. So just go ahead and take your console and pull it up like this, and we can run this code. And we can pick a number between 1 and 20. Let's say we pick 3. It's too low. Run it again. Let's say we pick 20. Too high. And if we run it one more time, let's pick the right answer of 12. And congrats, you guessed it. So then they can play the game, and they can try to run it multiple times and see if they can get the correct answer. So that's a pretty fun game, and that's the guessing game. So your third assignment is an assignment called grades. This one isn't too fancy. It's basically you can follow on the pattern that you have here to get user input and create an if-else structure. It's going to be called grades. Prompt the user for a test grade, and we're going to give an if-else structure of feedback based on the score. If the grade is greater than or equal to 90, display you earned an A. Greater than, or else if it's greater than or equal to 80, display you earned a B. Else if the grade is greater than or equal to 70, display you earned a C. Else display study more to get your grade up. So you can email me that, and I'll be able to check it. Another thing that you can do at this point, gave you a little bit of a scenario here with a game. Can you come up with any other fun ideas to make a game with user input, with variables, and with if-else structure? Maybe you can get creative and just play around with it on your own. I strongly encourage you to do that and to see what it is that you can come up with. So that is the lesson for lesson 3. Basically if-else statements and decision structures. So good luck on the third assignment, which is grades.